Abraham is one of the most revered figures in the history of faith. He is honored in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam as a patriarch and a man whose life demonstrated deep trust in God. Because of his central role in these traditions, he is often called the father of many nations and a model of faith for generations of believers. The story of Abraham is mainly preserved in the book of Genesis in the Hebrew Bible. According to this tradition, Abraham lived many centuries before the time of Moses. He was originally named Abram and lived in the ancient city of Ur, a prosperous city in the region of Mesopotamia. This area is located in what is today modern Iraq and was one of the early centers of civilization. Abram lived among a society that worshipped many gods. Yet according to the biblical narrative, he received a call from the one true God, who asked him to leave his homeland and travel to a new land that would later be revealed to him. This request required great courage and trust. Abram was asked to leave his familiar surroundings and begin a journey toward an unknown future. In obedience to this call, Abram departed from his homeland together with his wife Sarai and members of his extended family. They traveled through many regions before arriving in the land of Canaan. This land would later become central in the history of the people of Israel. During this journey, God made a covenant with Abram. A covenant is a sacred agreement that establishes a special relationship. According to the biblical account, God promised that Abram would become the father of a great nation and that his descendants would be numerous. As a sign of this new covenant, Abram received a new name. He became Abraham, which means father of many. Despite the promise, Abraham and his wife Sarah faced a challenge. They had no children and were already advanced in age. Yet the tradition explains that Abraham trusted the promise he had received. Eventually, Sarah gave birth to a son named Isaac. The birth of Isaac was seen as a fulfillment of the promise that Abraham would become the father of a great people. One of the most well-known moments in the story of Abraham is a powerful test of faith. According to the biblical account, God asked Abraham to offer his son Isaac as a sacrifice. This request was deeply difficult, yet Abraham demonstrated his willingness to obey. At the last moment, God stopped him and provided another offering. This story has often been interpreted as a lesson about trust and obedience. The life of Abraham was also marked by hospitality and compassion. One famous episode describes how he welcomed strangers into his home with generosity. In many religious traditions, this moment is remembered as an example of kindness toward others and openness to divine presence. In Islamic tradition, Abraham is known as Ibrahim and is honored as a prophet and a faithful servant of God. The Quran also presents him as a model of devotion and describes his rejection of idol worship in favor of belief in one God. Islamic tradition also connects Abraham with the rebuilding of the Kaaba in Mecca together with his son Ishmael. The legacy of Abraham is immense. His life marks the beginning of the long spiritual story that later includes Moses, the prophets, and many other figures of faith. Because of this role, he is respected as a foundational patriarch in 3 major world religions. Today, Abraham is remembered not only for his historical role but also for the spiritual lesson his life offers. His story encourages believers to trust in divine guidance even when the path forward is uncertain. Through his faith and perseverance, Abraham continues to inspire people who seek a deeper relationship with God and a life guided by faith. Thanks for watching and see you next time.